In this video, I'm going to be covering how to find the best business for yourself using astrology. And there are several planets. There are several really good planets that you can use if you want to figure out what is the best. And I would say if you're looking at it from an emotional perspective, you definitely want to look at your moon sign. Your moon sign has to do with your subconscious, and the house that it's in is going to give you a lot of clarity, because the moon sign brings emotional clarity. A lot of business is an internal game, believing that you're worthy, believing that you're valuable, believing that you can support other people and nurture them and help them with whatever it is that they're seeking. So in my journey, I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars in my business that I started in the last few years, and I've sold over $3 million, well over $3 million when I worked for Hewlett-Packard as a salesperson in commissions, while I sold computers, printers. So a lot of the advice I'm going to give to you is just about relating to the customer and relating to the people that you want to be working with. Now, at the time that I'm making this video, it is Libra season, and we are transitioning into Scorpio season. So how do you find the best business for yourself? Well, the number one planet that I would look at in your birth chart is actually going to be your Jupiter. The reason why Jupiter, I believe, is one of the best planets to use is because it is the planet of abundance, and this is abundance for yourself and for other people. And the Jupiter planet, the house that it's in, will share with you how you benefit yourself and other people. It can also show you where you overindulge and sometimes reach a level of mastery. So when you are building a business, for example, my Jupiter's in my 7th house, which is the house of business and other people. So once I realized that I just needed to help people with their business, I poured about $102,000 into coaching, courses, retreats, guides, ebooks, everything I could find that aligned with the easiest business model. And I have found that, and I will share that with you in a second. Your Jupiter zodiac sign is important only to the degree that it affects the house. So when you're looking at your Jupiter, I recommend looking at your Jupiter house first and figuring out, how does this house apply to business? For example, if it's in the 2nd house, you help people realize their value. You more than likely will help them with increasing their prices, because 2nd house is about money. If you have Jupiter in your 5th house, you'll be helping creatives make more of whatever it is that they create. You could also be helping people find more romance or dating more. If you're a relationship coach, that's going to be Jupiter in the 7th house. That could also be attracting more clients or customers. If you have Jupiter in the 10th house, this is amazing because Jupiter in the 10th house has to do with expertise and your career. And wherever you have Jupiter, it's going to blow up the beauty of your energy. So the reason why I pick it to emphasize it a little bit more is because it's the planet of wisdom. So the things that you've been through in your jobs, in school, in your life, with your parents, with your family, with your friends, with exes, all goes into your Jupiter. And it helps you become really good at talking about a specific topic. Now, luckily we live in an age where you can talk about damn near anything and be able to help someone. And that's the core principle of a really valuable business, is to find a group of people that you want to help and to just help them and help them solve their problem. So the spaces that I like to recommend for helping people are health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. If it doesn't fall into one of these three, it kind of doesn't matter, because people will and people have always paid for those things. So if your Jupiter's in the 6th house, you don't necessarily need to help people with fitness, but maybe having a routine that would lead to them incorporating a fitness routine into their life. If you have Jupiter in the 12th house and you want to help people with happiness, helping them with their subconscious mind, helping them with reprogramming their belief systems, things like this. If you have Jupiter in Cancer, for example, This also applies to the fourth house, meaning that your Jupiter would allow you to connect with people on an emotional level, and emotional awareness is one of the biggest things. So relationships or family dynamics or team building would be a great thing to help sell for yourself. So Jupiter is just very versatile. It's a very lucky planet too, and it's one of my dominant energies in my birth chart. Venus is good for attracting money, good for attracting people. Mercury is great for attracting money, good for attracting communication, to obtain and connect with people. But Jupiter does really the whole deal. And I do have a free community where I share this and more paired with AI. So what I want you to do is join the community. It's completely free. You get an onboarding call. I'll get to talk to you and briefly look at your chart, and then ask you a few questions about, what kind of business are you building, or what kind of business do you already have. If you're already in the space of having a business, we'll talk about, do you need to hire people? Do you need to scale your business? If you're just starting, more than likely we're going to ask, what niche are you even considering? Because Jupiter is one of the best planets to also find that out, because again, it's where you have experience in that specific area, or you've learned some lessons in that area that you can share with someone who's younger than you, same age as you, older than you, or maybe it could be an experience thing where you're 2 steps ahead of someone or 10 steps ahead of someone, and you could help them with their own business. So this is how I scaled my business last year and the year before to over 100,000. Was just sharing my knowledge around business, but the thing I lead with is astrology. And also now I've added in the AI. So most of the people that come to me are just wanting help with connecting their content to their audience. And of course my Jupiter's in the 7th house, so that's what I do for myself and that's what I do for other people. So if you need more customers, more clients, this is the AI prompt that I would recommend for you for ChatGPT. Is you want to write a prompt that allows you to type in your your Jupiter. Tell ChatGPT, I have Jupiter in, and then name the house, and then name the zodiac sign. And then you want to tell it, I would like to build a monthly reoccurring revenue business. The reason why you want to build a monthly reoccurring revenue business is because a lot of people, when they build a business or when they have a business, they don't have anything that's recurring in their business in terms of money. So building a subscription model on a platform is really, really important. I noticed this at first when I first built my Patreon, and I sold it for like $11 a month or something, and that's how I made my first $2,000 or $3,000 a month in my very, very beginning of my business, was just teaching people astrology, what I knew, what I loved, what I thought was important. And then that business, I had to drop it because I realized that people weren't going through the courses, and it's because I didn't ask them what they wanted. So this is another thing that Jupiter solves, is it will help you understand what your group wants. So I have Jupiter in this house and this zodiac sign at this degree, and you want to type in the word TAM, T-A-M. I need help figuring out a reoccurring model for the TAM that likes this, and then you want to drop your skill, expertise, or the thing that you know a lot about. Maybe you went to college for it, maybe you've been working in that industry for a while and you want to go freelance. Type that in, and then you'll get a beautiful answer. And that beautiful answer you can expand on with GPT. The more information you give it, the more helpful it will be to you. But this is what I wish I had when I first started. So I wanted to share this with you and invite you to my free community. I have some pre-written scripts and prompts for you, so that you can just plug and play. I have several already written for you per planet for different things in your business. If you don't have a digital product, if you don't have a physical product, if you don't know how to give access to yourself, I do go through all of that because it is so easy and important. So I make sure that you're gonna have copy and paste easy, ready ways to do this for yourself, because that will ultimately help you start. God, the universe, spirit has put this video in front of you for a reason. So just know that your success comes through you sharing your abilities with the right people, okay? And you don't need to hop on YouTube or like make a shit ton of videos like I do right away, but that is gradually what you become, is a creator in this world. You are a co-creator. So I just wanted to share that with you and walk you through how to use your birth chart to create your business. If you are at this point and you still don't know your birth chart, I would recommend astroseek.com or astro.com, or you can use the link below that I have for you. It's going to take you to a site called Luna Astrology. It is not free, but it's really good. And I highly recommend, if you're looking, those are the three that I would recommend. And then you can even screenshot your birth chart, the words, not the picture, the words, into ChatGPT. You upload the file and it will give you incredible data, which I think is just so valuable. So with that being said, that's one way to start your business using astrology. And Jupiter is that girl, that guy, really abundant planet, really lucky planet. The house that it sits in is going to make you lucky. It's going to make you very sophisticated. It's going to make you very powerful. And there are several other ways, but this one is like the fastest and easiest one. And Jupiter's in Gemini. So at the time of making this video, look at where Gemini is in your birth chart. You may not have Gemini placements. A lot of you will. So that house is important until 2025 of early July. So make sure to look at your Gemini house, because that's where you have luck happening for you currently, on top of where you have luck for the rest of your natural life. And then there's also progressed astrology, right? So progressed astrology is when your birth chart's always moving, by the way. This is the fun part about astrology, is your birth chart is always moving and it's never in one specific spot. So after you're born, everything's shifting based on when you were born. And once you know that, like right now, for example, I'm a Gemini rising, Aries sun, Aquarius moon. But I was born in Aries rising, Pisces sun, Sagittarius moon. So these things play a role. This is a little bit more advanced, but I just want you to start with that. And then once you get really comfortable with your natal chart and looking at your Jupiter with that prompt I just gave you, then you can start looking at your progress chart. You can literally just type in astroseek.com progress chart. It'll bring up the progress chart calculator. Make sure to set it to the date that you're watching this video. And it's very simple, it's very easy, and it's gonna help you. Really, it's gonna give you some clarity, especially if you don't know what the next steps are. And I recommend using Emma is my GPT on the ChatGPT library, or the GPT library. So I'll put that in the description below as well. So like this video if you enjoyed it, if you found it valuable. Subscribe if you fuck with the vibe. And then, yeah, I'll see you. Comment what you want to hear about next. What is it that you want to talk about? I would love to give you some knowledge. All right, I'll talk to you later. Oh, close.